Dear ladies, let's take a tip from the men. They are very organized in how they house and store different emotion centers in their mind. They tend to store things in airtight containers in their mind and only draw on one emotion or one thought process at a time. Which is exactly why we find that men are not all over the place when it comes to finding emotional responses to daily life situations. Whereas we women tend to mix all the colored liquids up here, all the emotions of love and feelings of anxiety and concern about a child's well-being, mixed with some problem that happened at the workplace, mixed with some issues with friends, or an incident that took place at the in-laws at that last get-together, or what is going on outside, or why the gardener isn't coming in time for the lawn party, and a billion other thoughts. We keep on mixing all the paints in our paint box, and as a result, we have a confusing combination, a mixture and amalgam of all the colors that looks greenish gray, is confusing and chaotic, and we can't make head or tail of it. So why not try to think a little more emotion smartly like men do? Just keep each emotion and each thought area, each area of sentiments and emotional attachments in airtight containers, in labeled airtight containers, in different sections of our thinking mind and feeling mind. And don't mix one with the other. Keep them detached, separate, and only draw on one at a time. Deal with it, experience what you have to experience, feel and receive the stimuli, and give your response and reaction. And once you've dealt with it, keep it back in the container and turn the lid on securely and deposit it back in its original place. Let's try it. I'm going to call it container-oriented thinking. You can call it container psychology. Please, 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 women, I know that we are very emotionally strong and resilient too. But today particularly, I am picking on this quality and this faculty that men are famous to possess, that their thinking, filing, storing and retrieving of various emotions and responses and reactions, it's more categorized, it's more color coded, and it's filed in a very sensible and smart manner, with their own system. We women are good in a number of situations. We are good at task management. We are good in a situation or a crisis. We bind people together, bring people together. We are pretty tough that way. But on a daily basis of what to bring out, when and where, for how long, and when to put it back, there's no beating men. But we can learn from them. So just try and follow this. Container-oriented thinking and mindset or psychology, whatever you may want to call it. Just try to keep your emotional packages in airtight containers and lidded jars to be used as needed, when needed, and for how long and in how much quantity. And then replace the remaining with the lid tightly in place. Simply, not everything all the time. One thing, one box at a time. For instance, one box for family, one box for friends, one box for children's well-being, their academics, their education, their health, their general well-being. A separate box for your work, for your professional development, for your career goals, thinking and actions, the works, the whole package in one box. Then another box for self-care and your personal growth and development and evolution as a person. So reflecting, meditating, thinking, all this in one box, in your me time. Not during the day when so many other things are expected of you and so many other things are pulling you in different directions. That's not the time to go down memory lane. You get it? One box for finances, One box for socializing and creating a social image and impression. Another box for community engagement, socializing, going to parties, your social life. And another box for your corporate success. If you are somebody related to a field or industry of power, you need to spend and invest time and energy in that. So make time for that as well. So ladies, simply stop mixing all your colored liquids. Keep every paint, every color in its distinct jar and keep it in an airtight jar. And stop mixing family issues with work competition, health issues with children's academics, etc., etc. You get the general idea. One dish mindset, one dish at a time, drawing on one box at a time. You can call it mind mapping. You can also call it one box mind mapping, or rerouting and rewiring your brain to think of each category independently and distinctly on its own, and then deal with it and get it over and done with before you move on to another area of thinking and feeling and responding and reacting and taking the residual effect of your whole experience. You understand. Try it. Try this container psychology. See if it works for you. If it does, please leave your feedback in the comment section below and stay tuned to Good, Better, Behtareen. Thank you very much.